were just posted up. Now we on the move, can't hold this up. All gas, no slowing up. Big drip, they need more than a cup. Mine on the money, can't worry about them. Fuck what they say, they ain't holding me up. And the whip used to sleep on the floor to the bus. It was fucking my pride, I'm not having enough. I was down bad, bummy, down bad, hungry. She fuck with my soul. At the trap, getting money. Day and night jigging, I was playing my role. They ain't never understood me, never seen a vision. Had to leave them alone. Circle got smaller, changed my number. They can't call it no more. Yeah, I don't lose sleep on shit. Only lose to investments, they give me some M's. Yeah, that's the big boy flip. They try to come back like they didn't forget. Jealousy turn them niggas to a bitch. My blood brothers, yeah, I'm dying for them. If you ain't blood, bro, fuck what you want. I'm known to stay with the fire. My left got the blunt, my right got the gun. Never know that I'm not ready to die. So I stay in the tuck, give racks to my young boy. Brick by brick, build it up, they don't build it like this. By myself, they ain't taking this hit. If I lose, then I do it again till I went out of school. Went through the rain, fell in the trap. I put the work in. I hopped out the porch and never went back. Want it all, I need the whole thing. Don't want no percentage, I don't want the half of it. Find me a way, start attacking it. I need 200 mil, cause one is just posted up. Now we on the move, can't hold this up. All gas, no slowing up. Big trip, they need more than a cup. Mine on the money, can't worry about them. Fuck what they say, they ain't holding me up. And the whip used to sleep on the floor to the bus. It was fucking my pride, I'm not having enough. I was down bad, bummy, down bad, hungry. She fuck with my soul. At the trap, getting money. Day and night jigging, I was playing my role. They ain't never understood me, never seen a vision. Had to leave them alone. Circle got smaller, changed my number. They can't call it no more. Need more praise, demons round the paper, I can't give up my soul. Need God to save us, I don't worry about enemies, worry about ones that be close. Loaded, I was down bad, broke, couldn't control it. Hopeless, life changed, they didn't give me a notice. They closed the door in my face, let me just start the heat. I had a bitch and she took all I had and told me to leave. That bitch told me she loved me, she died for me, now we don't even speak. Believe in the money, believe in the hustle, and love don't believe. Yeah. All the love shit till I'm older. Jumped at the mud, can't go back. I take all the pressure, then roll that. Crumble 3.5, smoke that. We all gotta go, this won't last. As long as I'm here, I'ma get that. I ride with no fear, I'm a real cat. These niggas ain't thorough, they real cap. We were just posted up. Now we on the move, can't hold this up. All gas, no slowing up. Big trip, they need more than a cup. Mine on the money, can't worry about them. Fuck what they say, they ain't holding me up. And the whip used to sleep on the floor to the bus. It was fucking my pride, I'm not having enough. We were just posted.
Yo. I said, yo. What's going on, man? What's going on? I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive day, man. Chilling at the crib right now, man. Just enjoying my Sunday night. I hope everybody's having a beautiful weekend. Or, of course, the end of the weekend, you know what I'm saying? We got some things that we need to discuss. You know what I'm saying? Some things that I've been falling back and seeing. And I was going to make a video about it, but I'm like, nah, man. You know, I'll probably make a video expanding my thoughts on it tomorrow morning or whatever. But I figured that I'll just speak about it on the live. You know what I mean? I'm going to have a couple people coming in to share their opinions, of course. But before I get into that, man, shout out to TBE La Flexico. He says, salute. What up, homie? How you doing? I hope you're doing well. I'm not familiar with that name, so if you're new to the channel, welcome. Selfish Santana, he said, what's good, bro? What's going on, man? I hope you're doing well. TBE goes on to say facts. I'm starting to stop fucking with Tank. He be on some real sucker shit recently. We definitely gonna get into it. We definitely gonna speak about this from the most objective point of view possible and just hold people accountable like we always do on this channel. You know what I mean? Unlike a lot of these other channels. You feel what I'm saying? We gonna hold it down. We gonna hold these people accountable just like how we always do. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. What just happened? Hold up. Let me get my John back. Let me get my groove back. All right, cool. So we definitely gonna hold people accountable because that's what we do on this channel. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Tito Stacks. He said Mazuma Mob. What's going on? Notes, my dog. You already know the feelings mutual, my brother. I hope you're doing well. Loco, the maestro. That boy Derek Moore just came off of a sensational victory Friday night, man. Faced a little bit of adversity, got through it. You know what I mean? Showed that he a true dog and pulled out the victory, man. Shout out to my boy Derek Moore. He well on his way, man. And we going to sign up for them Golden Gloves, you know what I'm saying, in Philadelphia, and we going to make it do what it do, make a statement, prove that we are the best 132-pound amateurs in the city, you know what I'm saying? And then after that, we're going to prove it in the States. And then if God willing, man, we make it over to the Nationals, you know what I mean? We're going to do our things there as well, you know what I'm saying? We definitely going We gonna seal this shit. You know what I mean? We got 19 people in the building, man. I appreciate everybody that's tuned in right now. Hit the like button as soon as you come in, man. Let me get at least 15 likes. You know what I'm saying? To get the algorithm on the up. You know what I mean? Trinity said, "Hey Zuma, where Southpaw 773 at? I have no idea where he at, but I hope he's doing well, man. If anything, you know what I mean. You would tell him to slide through or whatever, man. I don't know. I can't really answer that. I have no idea what's going on with Southpaw. You feel me? But I hope he's doing well. Like I said, okay, congratulating him. Tank versus Frank is the fight. I don't know, Sean. It's pretty confusing because we don't even know where Tank gonna fight at. They talking about the UK and all that stuff, man. You know what I mean? Oscar de la Coca. He said, Mazuma Nation, shout out. Yo, shout out to you, my brother. I appreciate you very much. Fresh cut. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Anonymous. He said, what's good, people? Anonymous in the building, one of the day ones for sure. You know what I mean? The boxing kangaroo, that boy from down under supporting Mazuma TV, all the way from Australia. Shout out to the boxing kangaroo. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that very much. Ray Davis said, peace, Mark. Clay on the way. Yeah, that's exactly who I need to bring on this channel. And yo, Ray, if you available, I need you to slide on the channel too, man. We got some things that we need to discuss for sure. I want this to be a group effort. I don't just want me talking, because at the end of the day, we need to chop it up. We need to have a dialogue, you know what I mean? Not a monologue. So let's get it popping. Tank versus Ben, why niggas hating on it? I don't think people really hating on it, bro. I think that you just viewing it from a different angle, but we definitely gonna speak on it. Derek Moore says, appreciate y'all. Had to prove we built for it, not just talking. Exactly. And he showed it. I always knew Derek was a dog. You know what I mean? I seen this man train through Ramadan. You know what I'm saying? I see him get some tough sparring. You know what I mean? I seen him make the adjustments. I seen the man come from when the fight was on the line, you know what I'm saying, pull out the victory in the last round. I seen this man overcome so many different things, fighting with injuries and all types of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I knew he was a dog. You know what I mean? Because there could have been plenty of situations where he could have bowed out the situation or whatever. You feel what I mean? But he man, that was just another stamp on it, bro. You gotta respect any fighter that would give it up how the maestro do. You feel what I'm saying? So he's a problem, bro. And that wasn't even, in all honesty, that wasn't even the best version of Derek Moore that we seen that night. You know what I mean? But we gonna rematch, dude. You know what I mean? We gonna give him that opportunity. You feel what I mean? Wherever it's at, and we gonna dominate this time. We gonna dominate this time. Yeah. He only got one opportunity to land that right hand. You know what I mean? That's gonna be the last one. So we gonna be even more prepared because we know what this dude brings to the table, and we gonna dominate. You know what I mean? We gonna dominate. Leroy Smith said Canelo fans are glad to get a break right now. It's all Yank Davis, face of boxing. That's hilarious. Yank. That's crazy. Low Nose Boxing, you in the building, man. What up? What up, man? I hope you're doing well. Shout out to Low. Shout out to Low. He said, send link to Clay. He'll slide it to me, or I could just send it to you right now. But I mean, whatever you prefer. My boy Claymore is in the building. Shout out to my boy Clay, man. You know what I'm saying? Mazuma, one of my favorite new channels. Keep it up, bro. Yo, I respect you. I respect your boxing knowledge as well, man. Shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? It's always good chopping it up with Low. You know what I mean? He keep it a buck. You know what I mean? He not one of them dudes that will say some shit, and then when he run into somebody, he start changing his tone, or you know what I mean, opinions and shit. Nah, bro. He tell them right to their face what it is, and yeah, I mean, you got to respect somebody who stand on their word, even if you don't agree with them. You know what I mean? You gotta salute that man for standing on all 10. You feel what I'm saying? Oh, let's see what's going on. JA05 says, see how easy Tank made it for Eddie and Conor Ben to start negotiations. Why wasn't it that simple with Haney? That's a great point, man. That's a great point. But we as soon as I get everybody on, we definitely gonna chop it up. As a matter of fact, my boy Ray is in the building. What's going on, Ray? How you doing, my brother?
Chilling, B. 100%, man. Yo,
Good to have you
fire
back
today.
on here.
You can hear
Good
me?
yeah, I can hear you well. I said I'm glad to have you on here.
Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Always a pleasure. Trust me.
Yes,
You
sir.
killing the
Okay,
streets,
we got a
man.
few more people coming on here, and without further ado, my boy Claymore Rain is in the building with the
Salute.
backdrop. With the fire backdrop. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. And then we got another one. My boy Low Nose Boxing. That boy in the city. What's going on?
Yo,
What's
salute,
up,
brothers. Salute, man. Just getting out of work right now.
Yo, Lo, I ain't forget about you, man. I just had I've been at work. Crazy.
No doubt, man.
You know what we're talking
So
about.
good, champ. Yeah. Yo, Mazuma, God willing, I should be back out there in Philly Friday. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go link up with YSM, do some stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. After you do that, come see me if you got the time.
Yeah, man. Right there, yo, you got me on the gram. DM me your math, bro.
I got you. You ain't gotta worry about that. Yeah. But we got some things that we need to discuss, my brothers. We got 34 people in the building. Hit the like button as soon as you come in. If you're appreciating the content, you know what I mean? This is about one of the most knowledgeable boxing panels that you can find around here. This is all facts. Love Ray's opinion. Low, he give it up. Clay, y'all see his channel and how the way his shit moving. You already know what type of time we on. You know what I mean? Put us up against somebody. We you know what I'm saying? We holding our own. You know what I'm saying? Or probably smoking him for real, but that's a different discussion. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if we're not talking about fanboy, fanatical, you know what I mean, one way, go only see it, narrative driven, not nonsense, just talking boxing, we probably one of the top dudes.
Yo, who this Big J nigga, bro? Ain't this the same nigga who said that shit about Fanon last time?
Yeah. You know it's funny. Don't block him. Keep him in there because this is what I got cooked about. I got cooked about this supposedly. Let him hang out.
Okay.
Let him hang out.
All right, so yo, on some real shit though, I bet you Fanon ain't do shit. And, I guarantee you if I go in there, he ain't gonna do shit with me neither.
Yeah, you probably gonna get kicked off.
I ain't going over there. I ain't worried about that clown, bro. Fuck it.
It's all good.
Anyway,
all good, bro. Welcome to the platform, Big J.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, we got some things that we need to discuss, man. First of all, let's talk about what had transpired this weekend, man. It was some fights that was on, and I ain't gonna lie to you, completely forgot that there was fighting. I don't know if it was just me caught up with life. I don't know exactly what was going on. I didn't even see the weigh-in. So typically I see the weigh-in and I'm like, oh, all right, they fighting tomorrow. Didn't even see the weigh-in. I saw the press conference, going back and forth. Then all of a sudden, I'm like, oh shit, they getting wrapped up in the back. Like, let me try to catch this fight. I caught it. Fortunately, right before we walked out. And I want to know, before I give my opinion, man, I'm gonna ask you first, right? So what was your take on the Conor Benn versus Pete Dobson fight? Because I don't know if you had the same opinion as me, but I never seen Pete Dobson fight outside of Conor Benn. I had just heard his name because he had made headlines. I seen him in interviews and stuff like that. So I went and I checked out his fights, and my overall assessment of Pete Dobson was that he had a lot of steam on that right hand. From what I've seen in his previous fights, he hurt a lot of dudes with the right hand. He go to the body good. But besides that, I noticed that he was a pretty slow dude. You know what I mean? He put punches right behind each other, but for the most part, he wasn't the fastest dude with the feet or with the hands. So I thought solely based off of that and him not being experienced with like top caliber guys, I thought that would have been enough to have Conor Benn like pretty much get him up out of there early. I had thought that he was going to get him out of there between the first 5 rounds. You feel what I'm saying? That's what I personally believe. But I ain't gonna lie to you. My assessment overall with his style was pretty correct. But in terms of what I thought was gonna happen, wasn't the case at all. But before I get into that, Ray, I want to know what you think about this fight overall. What did you think about the outcome, the style matchup? Just let me know what you thought. You on mute, right?
My bad. Oh yeah. No, I was building with Clay on this earlier, and I was like, yo, the fight was weird because it was like a fight that you have when you come back. So it was actually set up just as it was. I don't want to say cherry pick, but it was like somebody that you can get into the ring with that had an establishment, even though we didn't hear of him. He had, 16-0? So he has some establishment. So we get in there, and the record will make it look like he beat somebody that was of a greatness. Yeah, he was, like you just said, he was like a little slow. He didn't look like he was one of the upper echelon of boxing guys in the division. It was a little over. It was a catch weight because it wasn't even at 147, wasn't at 154, and So
what was it at?
It was like he weighed in like 151 or something like that.
Yeah, like 151 and change.
And I think Dobson was like 153. Something crazy like that. So
I didn't know
so
that.
it was like,
what's up with people hiding these catchweights now? Cause I ain't heard about that.
Because they coming out.
Notes is right. It was 150.6 for both of them. They both came in at the same weight.
Yeah. So it was crazy because you got these guys coming in at these weights and they're not really coming in at the points that we want them to come in at. You know what I mean? Like you're supposed to fight here. But they're not making the weights because they're coming off long layoffs. Obviously, we had the situation with the cholesterol and the eggs or whatever. So we'll rock with that. But at the end of the day, that was a return fight. So we'll give him. I'll give him a break on that. I'll cut him some slack. It was still a bad performance.
I'm sorry, bro. We ain't tolerating no disrespect, man. Yo, somebody smack homie with the wrench, bro. We ain't gonna be disrespecting Clay like that. None of that. You know what I'm saying? Get him up out of here. We're not doing none of that. Yo, welcome to YouTube, though. When you out here doing your thing, you popping, bro. Listen.
Oh, yeah, they follow me everywhere.
That's how you know you're doing something right, my nigga, because they was doing the same shit with me. They still making fake pages of me and all, but go ahead, Ray, my bad.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I was just saying, that's what I see the fight as built as. It was just like a return bout coming off a long layoff. So they just had to pick the right fighter, get him back in the ring. They did the same thing with Virgil Ortiz, right? Only thing is, Tony Weeks stopped that fight. We didn't get to see Virgil get his feet wet. Now we got Conor Ben get his feet wet, but we didn't get the performance that we thought we would have out of a fighter that we thought he should have beat thoroughly. It is what it is. I mean, I could accept it though for a comeback fight.
Okay. Hey, Lo, what was your assessment of the fight? If you listening right now, I don't know. You probably a little bit caught up right now. All right. You let me know what you thinking then, Clay. What was your overall assessment of the fight?
Right. So I think, like Ray said, we was talking about a little bit earlier. I think that, Pete Dobson was the wild card, right? Like, who is he? I never seen him fight before. I didn't know nothing about him. I just know that he came in undefeated. And he was talking, like he was gonna be in there and give Conor Ben all the noise he can handle, right? I felt like he was reserved. I felt like he was letting his hands go, like around the third, fourth round. He started to let his hands go a little bit. But he seemed like he was very concerned about getting knocked out. You know what I mean? He was shelling up. He had good defense, and he looked like he was trying to be aware of Conor like hitting him. But I think once he got past like that third round and realized like he could take what Conor was giving him, he got a little more confident into the fight. He started, responding. You know what I mean? If Conor hit him, he hit him back. For a fight that Conor hasn't fought in like when was the last time Conor fought? Like in a little over a year, right? No, over a year, like almost 2 years, right?
I thought he fought in Florida. I thought he had fought in Florida against that tall ass 54 dude. Remember Conor Ben just fight not too long ago?
It had to be I think it was at least
he had snuck on that DAZN card. He had snuck on that Eddie Hearn card out in Florida.
Okay.
I always felt Conor Ben was a little overrated, man.
He fought on Hitchens undercard.
Okay. I didn't see that fight.
And then that dude he fought tested positive for PEDs.
Oh wow. Yeah. But I mean, ultimately, I thought it was a decent showing. Right. I mean, I thought he didn't get to show his power like that. You know what I mean? I think styles make fights. I think that was a big guy he was fighting against. It was going to be hard to put him away. The guy he's never been stopped before. So it didn't shock me that he didn't get stopped that night. I think it was just a hard fight to actually scale or, give any real, like, did Conor Ben look bad? Did he look good? I don't think he looked bad, you know what I mean? But I don't know if that's the fight that I would use to be like the blueprint to who he is now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yo, Lo, if you listening right now, what was your overall take on the fight between Conor Ben and Pete Dobson?
To be honest with you, I didn't even see that fight. I was out last night at his birthday party, but I heard that he didn't look too good, and I always felt Conor Ben was a little bit overrated, especially when I saw that he couldn't put away. What's the Mexican boy name that fought Danny Garcia? Danny knocked him out. Adrian Granados. Adrian Granados.
Okay, he's not Brandon Rios.
Yeah. I was never really high on Conor Ben. I think he's good. He's all right. But I want to see him fight Boots or somebody.
Okay.
Yeah, that I did pull away from it too. I was like, I'd watch him fight Boots. That I felt like I'd watch him do that.
That's actually gonna be the next question, but let me get into what I thought about the fight. Now, obviously, Conor Benn, he fought in September and had it was a pretty rough fight against that dude. He was a big Mexican dude, though. He was able to take Conor Benn's shots. Conor Benn had rocked that dude on a couple occasions, but nonetheless, he wasn't able to finish. He got the rounds in, right? So fast forward from September to February, October, November, December, January, February, come back 5 months later. He gets in there to beat Dobson. Now, like I said, my assessment, I thought he was slow, and I thought that he was unproven. You know what I'm saying? I thought that he was unproven. And what they typically do over at the Zone, just like they did with Khalil Cole over this weekend, is that they'll give them a guy that has like a solid record to give you the impression that they're good.
Device is charging.
Yo, Lo, can you mute yourself real quick, bro?
I got you.
All right. But like I was saying, what the Zone will do, they'll do some like smart matchmaking where they'll match them with like a undefeated guy who has a hella padded record. You know what I'm saying? That's what like Jake Paul's doing right now. You see what I'm saying? They get them in there with professional fighters that got solid ass records. But then when you look at who they fought, even who they lost to, it's like, oh, this guy's not that good. He's just a result of good matchmaking / management, whatever you want to call it. And when I had looked through Pete Dobson's record, that's what I had initially thought of him. But at the same time, it could be a dice roll at the end of the day. You see what I'm saying? It could be a dice roll, like, you know what I mean? Maybe he had horrible matchmaking coming up, but he could still be the truth. You see what I'm saying? Like, I've seen Mexican fighters come from Puerto Rico. Mexican fighters come from Mexico with a undefeated record, but they fought all bums. But then they'll come up against a dog from Philly, and then they beat that dog from Philly ass. It's a dice roll whether that guy is actually good or not. So I was like, I left the idea out there of Pete Dobson actually being a threat to Conor Benn. You know what I mean? But I thought that the speed and the explosiveness, you know what I mean, and the punching power of Benn that I didn't even see in the last fight, but I still gave him the benefit of the doubt. Like, he got power. I thought that would be the difference. Now, going into the fight, the first 2 rounds, Pete Dobson looked intimidated. You know what I'm saying? Which was adding on to the speculation that I had from hearing them at the face-off. I'm like, yo, Pete Dobson acting like he's scared to do like the body language all fidgety, and he can't even get like his words off, and he's stuttering, and you know what I'm saying? And then like they had a little sequence where Conor Benn was like, "Are you scared?" You know what I'm saying? Or something. He was like, "A scared man is a dangerous man." He was like, "Oh, you just admitted you scared." So I'm like, "Yo, this is just making him look bad." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I was like, kind of like convinced in my head, like it's not going to turn out too good for him. But first 2 rounds, he was on his bicycle a little bit, and Conor had came out aggressive from the rip. So the first 2 rounds, I'm like, yo, what's up? Like, he already on survival mode. You know what I'm saying? But then the 3rd round came around, and I think Pete Dobson had like he from that point on, he had a good impression of what Conor Benn's punching power was like. And in that moment, he understood that Conor Benn couldn't hurt him. And in all honesty, throughout those 12 rounds, I didn't see a point where like Dobson looked like he was in any serious trouble. He didn't look like he genuinely got hurt bad throughout the course of that 12 rounds from what I've seen. Now, I've seen shots that caught him off guard where he had to, like, you know what I mean, get his head back in order and things of that nature. But in terms of like noodle legs or looking like he's out on his feet, didn't see any of that.
Right.
Now, where I think the mistake that Pete Dobson made, in all honesty, which could have been, I think is the main reason why he lost, the only reason why he lost, is because he allowed Conor Benn to be first. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He was letting Conor Benn run the numbers up on him. The output was the reason why Conor Benn won that fight convincingly, because in all honesty, Pete Dobson from the 3rd round on, there wasn't many moments where he was taking steps backwards. He was standing right in front of Conor Benn. You know what I mean? He was practicing his little shell or whatever, but for the most part, he was catching shots, you know what I mean? And whenever he let his hands go, whenever he was fluid with his combinations, he was able to hit Conor Benn. There was a lot of shots that Conor Benn was getting hit with, and I remember there was a sequence at the end of a round. I forgot what round it was, but Pete Dobson had doubled up on the left hook to the head, to the body, and brought it up to the head. The bell rung right at that instant. And Conor Benn looked like he was dazed for like that moment. I was like, yo, Conor Benn looks like he's hurt. But you know, him being in shape, bro, they bounce back like that when the round came back around. And Conor Ben, you could tell that it had an impression on him because as soon as he came out, he was trying to get that back. So there was moments that Pete Dobson had, but nonetheless, man, Conor Ben had won the fight convincingly just due to the fact that he was just running them. The volume was the difference. He out hustled him. He outworked him.
Right.
Pete Dobson, he was too economical. You know what I mean? I know he gonna look back at that fight and be like, damn, I could have really let my hands go. Like, because whenever he did with Conor Ben. I know it's gonna make him a better fighter. And regardless of the situation, nobody really thought that Pete Dobson was gonna give Conor Ben that much trouble. You see what I'm saying? I heard the commentary. They was like, oh, it's just they're in different leagues of skill set. That we found out later that their skill set and whatever you want to call it is a lot more level than what you anticipated. So because even though Pete Dobson lost, his stock just rose. I would not be surprised if somebody signs him, a big promoter signs him off of this situation, or he gets another big opportunity with own. You see what I'm saying? He's gonna be all right because he's gonna be known as that dude who gave Conor Ben a tough fight. You know what I'm saying? So his stock goes up at the end of the day. Conor Ben's performance was mediocre. It was a win. He clearly won, but the whole thing that the phone and the commentary was going off of was, yo, this is gonna be his statement to the elite at the 147-pound division. And at the end of the day, it wasn't a statement at all. If anything, you got people thinking that you sweet now. You know what I mean? You got people in lower weight classes calling you out. You got Devin Haney calling you out, saying that you must have left the power in your needles. You got Richardson Hitchens talking about, yeah, we could rumble after this, blah, blah, blah. They looking at you like you easy work because they seen a lot of holes in your game, just like I did. You feel what I mean? Gervonta Davis talking about, yo, I'll whoop your ass with a 3-week training camp, and then I could go on vacation at Turks and smoke you. That's what he's saying. Like, people out here really like clowning Conor Ben. Earl Spence even talking crazy about him. and he recovering off of eye surgery right now. So it's like everybody looking at him like he fooled right now, justifiably so. And does anybody recall the guys that he wanted to face afterwards? I think he said like Barrios, Eubank Jr. He said
Devin, Earl.
Devin and Earl. You never heard Jerron and his name mentioned in that.
He didn't mention Jerron.
I didn't hear him.
He did in a lot after the fight, but not in his list on Twitter. No, it was only 4 guys.
Right, not on Twitter, but at the post conference, then he said he would fight Jerron.
That's
Okay. Well, I'm gonna leave it like this, and we gonna transition on to the next one. Based off of that performance right there, he don't got what it take to beat them elite guys at 47. You know what I mean? Whether we still talking about Crawford being there, he don't stand a chance. That's why he not even calling that dude name out. Jerron Ennis, I don't think we really need to speak about what happened in that fight. Barrios, that might be a more competitive John, but Barrios might have it up because if you're struggling with a slow fighter like Pete Dobson, you struggling with his offense. Mario Barrios' offense is elite with fast hands as well. He lacking the defensive department, so it gives Conor some opportunities. But for the most part, Barrios might give you some work. Keith Thurman, he over here at a catchweight right now, but he could probably give him some work too if he active. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't really see any opportunities at 147 for Conor Ben to become champion. I ain't gonna lie to you. You see what I'm saying? But that's just overall my take on the situation. You feel me?
Right.
That's just it was a mediocre performance, and I know that because we got people from all the different weight classes calling him out, wanting smoke because they see an easy lick. You feel me? But that's just my take on that situation, man. So
anyway, he's trying to get his message out.
Yeah, for sure. Yo, Lo, you got something you want to add on to that, Lo?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna just write him off a bad performance because I've seen this movie before. I've seen fighters have lackluster performances, and then the next fight they turn it up. But once again, I was never really high on Conor Ben like that, you know. So you know.
Yeah.
Now I want to ask this. Now, since the PED rumors, he's had 2 fights. Both of them have gone the distance. And in both of those fights, he showcased speed and all of that, but it seems like his power is not where it had looked before when he had fought Chris Algieri, Chris Van Heerden, and things of that nature. Do you believe that this is a coincidence that he has not been able to get a stoppage? Am I just being too rough on him? What is the situation? Because this is the second opponent that he has faced that has seemed to not be intimidated by his punching power when he has shown to have concussive power in the past. Are we looking at this like a coincidence? These are just durable guys? Or are we scratching our head looking at this, looking at Conor Benn now, like what's really going on?
Oof. That's a tough question because we could say that 100%, but then we could also use the factor that maybe he just outgrown the division, because if he's coming in at 152, can't make weight, and his power's down, maybe he needs to move to 160. You know what I mean? Maybe that's where his power comes back at. But at the same time, it's very possible that he was fighting these guys, like you said, on with the I forgot what they said, collateral or whatever was in the eggs or whatever he claimed. Yeah. I call them Daz and eggs anyway. But whatever was in the eggs, obviously he was he got caught because the man was shredded. Obviously he was shredded. He didn't look as shredded as he always he was when he was fighting back then. That's another thing. He was definitely more shredded when they said he was on steroids. And his hand speed was a lot faster. So it's very possible that it had some effect if that was the case. We'll never know until he gets a knockout and how he knocks his person out, and how he drops him. But as far as boxing, sometimes, I mean, this dude was bigger than him, but, we'll see. Like I said, time will tell on everything. I don't want to write it off, and I don't want to say he did. You know what I mean? It's still allegation at this point, but until it's 100% factual, we know he got tested for it. But I'm saying, until they say, yo, yes, it was illegal, and yes, he did this, and yes, this is what he was using for years, you know what I mean? Then that's different. Because they didn't say he was using it for years. They just caught him for one fight. You know what I mean? And that's what so I only got to go by with that. So when they come back with other B results and say that, yeah, this dude's been doing it, then it's 100%. But right now, it's only that one time, and they cleared him from that in most cases, part because of the egg testing. They found out the eggs was imported from somewhere, which is stupid. I never even heard that before. So, oh, man, I hate being on the fence on these things because I really want to go with
it. Fuck that, dog. Yo, listen.
All right, he's 30. All right, you got it.
Two weight classes to fight Chris Eubank. He was scared of Chris Eubank's size advantage, so he wanted to make it a more level playing field. That man cheated, so he could have some type of advantage going into the Chris Eubank situation because he was shook low key. He didn't want to be the smaller man. You know what I'm saying? So he took some things that was gonna enhance his testosterone levels.
Give him that edge.
You're right.
Yeah, he was all shredded like that. Right. You see what I'm saying? Then when he got caught, all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm gonna take my ass back down to 147 and act like that shit ain't happened. Man,
all right, he did.
I see what you're doing. I mean, what you're saying is valid, but I ain't giving that. I ain't giving him the benefit of the doubt. Fuck him.
I agree.
Before I get into plays point, let's look at the chat. He says, Anonymous says, give him Josh Taylor if he moves up. That's not a bad fight. I actually would like that. Notes says 0 knockdowns. That's a fact. Sean Terrence, Ben knows not the F with boots. Yeah, we know that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I think Josh Taylor beats him. I think Josh Taylor at 100%.
Josh will give you smoke. Josh smoke.
People be writing Josh Taylor off just because of that Teofimo loss, you know what I mean? But let's not forget going into that fight, despite the Catterall shaky performance that he had, Josh Taylor was on a roll. He beat Regis. He beat the crap out of Jose Ramirez. Beat some solid fighters, bro. And a guy like Conor Benn that comes forward, I think he will be made for Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor did show that he's a little durable. He took some good shots against Teo. He didn't go down. I picked Josh Taylor to beat him. I would like to see Josh Taylor fight Barrios. That'd be a good fight too.
I would. Yeah.
I think he'll beat Barrios because that Mexican style is sort of like no good against Josh Taylor, in my opinion. unless you really punching for real.
And Josh Taylor is ranked in the WBA right now, so
yeah, that'd be a good fight.
47. He did.
That'd be a good fight.
Made the move.
All right, let's get into Claymore's point of view on that situation.
Look, man, I think I agree with what you said. By the way, I think he played around because of that Eubank fight. I think he was trying to, I think that was going to be a big test for him. He wanted to be able to perform. I think it was a lot of pressure on him, the father's legacy, you know what I'm saying, and all that situation out there. And I think he made some moves to compensate in that situation, and it just leaked. It came out the wrong way for him. As far as him competing at 147, listen, it was always the game plan for him to come stateside and compete with the in the same conversation with the Terrence Crawfords and the Errol Spences and the Dron Boots Ennises, and this is where we were supposed to see him at. I never saw him there. You know what I mean? I've never seen him there. But look, he likes to fight. He's an explosive fighter. He doesn't run. He sits in the paint and he fights. And I think he's a good dancing partner for Boots Ennis or anybody else. I think they can make him, he might get a meme, might end up being a meme made of him. You know what I'm saying? But it'll be an exciting fight. And he does bring a country with him. He's a very popular fighter in England. One of the top guys out there. So whoever gets, to give him his first L and put him down, they're probably going to open their fan base a little bit. So I don't mind seeing him fight anybody over here in the 147-pound weight class division. Who is he going to beat? I don't know, bro. I ain't going to lie to you. I always feel like the overseas situation coming over here, it just translates always different. Seems like once they get over here, it just translates different.
Can he beat
Blair? There's been a few that have been able to succeed over here. Like Josh Taylor, Fury. Right. If you want to look at what's his name?
His fuck.
Kel, Amir Khan. But for the most part, bro, shit a little bit different over here. I don't know what it
is. Flair be a good matchup.
You mentioned Amir Khan. I got a good question about Amir Khan.
Yeah.
What you say?
It kind of been a Blair to Flair.
No.
He said he has a question about Amir Khan.
Oh yeah, you think Amir Khan gets into the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
And how would you compare the career of Amir Khan and Ricky Hatton? Like, what's your take on that? I think it's similar, resume-wise, similar.
Yeah. Is Amir Khan a Hall of Fame?
I think he does.
Did he get a title at 47?
No, he didn't, but he won a belt at 40. He got a win over some guys. He beat He beat Madonna. He beat Zab Judah worse than I haven't seen anybody beat Zab because Zab is always competitive.
Zab was washed for years before that.
Yeah, but still, Zab always gave everybody a fight. Like usually the stigma on Zab was he used to start off fast, but Khan beat him up from the beginning, off the rip and stopped him. He beat Devin Alexander too. Khan beat Devin Alexander. He beat Chris Algieri. He beat a washed-up version of Marco Antonio Barrera. He beat Louis Collazo. I mean, he got some decent names. And then you try to compare that with Ricky Hatton's resume. Ricky Hatton fought a similar type of competition, and yet Ricky Hatton is in the Hall of Fame.
I think you.
But he had a long run though.
I don't think he's first ballot, but probably get in. I wouldn't be surprised if he got in. I mean, plus, on top, besides who he beat, he's been in big fights. You feel what I'm saying? So that helps too, like Crawford, Canelo, and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Danny Garcia. He's been in big, meaningful fights. So I think that helps his and he's a popular name, so I'm sure they'll vote him, man. I don't think he first ballot for real. He's not like a Andre Ward type person to get in or anything of that nature, but I think he barely gets in. I think he gets in by the skin of his teeth for real. That's just me personally. I don't know. I don't think
Diego Corrales did not get into the Hall of Fame. That baffles me to this day. And I think he had a better career than Arturo Gatti, in my opinion. But Arturo Gatti made it into the Hall of Fame.
That's not even an opinion, bro. That's not even an opinion. That's a fact. Come on. Yeah, but there's a few people that's not in the Hall of Fame that kind of it's kind of mind blowing for real. But at the end of the day, I really feel like I feel like the Hall of Fame shit sometimes is a popularity contest, not necessarily what you accomplish. Because if that was the case, I think that Arturo Gotti wouldn't even be in it. Ain't no disrespect to him. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I think
He
even
lost a lot of his big fights, bro. He lost most of his big fights.
Rocky Balboa's in the Boxing Hall of Fame.
I got a good one for you. How does a prime 130 and 135 pound Hector Camacho does against today's lightweights? That's a good one, right? Yeah, it's a good one right there. I've been watching a lot of old Hector Camacho, before he started slowing down. Because to me, Camacho, like at 140, he was more of like a better version of Broner, where he beat the guys he had to beat. But then when he fought the top guys, he would lose, but he would go the distance. But at 130 and 135, Camacho was a phenom, man.
I see the same thing with, like you mentioned, with 140 and him at 135 with today's boxers.
135 guy, yeah. I'm talking about the prime, the best version of Camacho against today's 135 and 140 guys, because he was a champion 142.
I know. It's just tough. Like I said, I see him.
I think he'll be real successful in this.
Yeah, I think he'll be up there.
Boxing ability, bro. He get them motherfuckers an issue, man.
His footwork was what made him. Like at the end of the day, like he had amazing footwork. His hand speed was very good.
He was able to cut distance like real fast.
He was very sharp.
He'll jump in with combos and then jump right out. Like Camacho,
right.
to me, was the most in his prime, the most athletic Latino fighter. Like he had a lot of slick black fighter attributes, in my opinion. In fact, that's a fact. That's not even an opinion. He had a lot of slick black fighter attributes.
Hey, you know what they say?
He definitely did. He really definitely did. I think he'd compete at a high level. Now if we're talking about bringing him up to the top, like who would he be competing with? You talking about what? Tank?
Like I'm talking about the 135 guys: Tank, Shakur, Devin, 140, Tio, Lomachenko. I think he'll hang in there with all those guys. He'll beat some of them.
Him and Shakur would be a great dance. That'd be a great dance. I think that'd be something I would like to see. We seen where he lost. I mean, his first loss and defeat was to Chavez, and I don't think anybody like Pitbull probably would have been, because of his way he fights, not because of the way he can handle him. Probably would have been in trouble for him at 135 because of the way he lost to Chavez. But then again, he might be able to get around all those weird small.
I think Macho beats Pitbull because Camacho
that's what I'm saying. He might be able to get around that, like, you know what I mean. So, but these guys hit harder today than what they did back then too. You know what I mean? There's a lot of.
I don't know about all of that, because we had in that era, the Camacho era. You had guys like Rosario there. You had Chavez. You had Jose Luis Ramirez. You had Mancini, Livingston Bramble. Howard Davis, Pazienza. I could go on. Like, that was a real good era at 135. Up until now, that was probably the best 135 era that Pernell Whitaker, you know what I mean? So,
I was going to say, two guys that they never even fought. Those
remember, Camacho lost at 140. So, I don't think Pitbull will be effective with him like that at 135, because Camacho can move around and pivot just like Gervonta did, but even better, because he had better legs.
If Pitbull had a jab, we'd probably be talking about something else. But Pitbull ain't got no jab. So.
Pitbull got underrated defense. Do I give it to somebody that's aggressive?
Camacho was my favorite back then. Back in that era, I ain't gonna lie to you, especially in that division, I should say, because I really wasn't one of the heavyweight guys. So though if I roll with Tyson and all them, but still. Camacho was that, he was that guy, bro.
All right, so let's transition on to like current events. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about what had transpired after the fight with Conor Benn, man. Like I said, a lot of guys have been calling him out. Bill Haney showed up to the fight. Where was that fight at exactly?
Vegas.
Okay,
Vegas.
So Bill over there. So you already know he was going to pop up. And it was a little respectful conversation between Bill Haney and Conor Benn at the post-fight press conference. And Bill Haney said it'll be an honor to fight Conor Benn. You know what I'm saying? And I respect that Bill Haney had came up to that press conference respectfully. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean, was just showing him love at the end of the day. But at the same time, I see what Bill Haney trying to do. You know what I'm saying? I know exactly what Bill Haney trying to do. Real slick, calculated dude. You know what I mean? I know he see boxing mind to boxing mind, boxing coach to boxing coach. I know exactly what he's trying to do, man. He knows stylistically, bro.
Devin going
That's
wash him.
easy pickings for Devin
Yeah,
Haney.
Devin without boxing, I believe that as
Devin
well.
would smoke him. Oh my God, bro. Yo, that should be so bad. That's a 12-0 shutout, man.
It'll be
Stylistic.
like Regis. It'd be like the Regis fight, pretty much.
Yo, it might be like that, bro. I think Conor Ben is a little bit faster. He definitely faster than Regis. I think he's even more explosive than Regis too. But it's still the same type of matchup at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? It's still a dangerous fight, just like the Regis fight was. But I just think that Haney will fry him. You know what I'm saying? So I see like Bill Haney trying to be a little bit clever with it. You know what I mean? Coming up, presenting himself. You know what I'm saying? To make his presence known and make that a possibility. And Conor Ben, he appreciated Bill Haney's professionalism. They even said that fight could happen next. You feel what I'm saying? You know, and it makes sense for I guess because Bill and Dev, they work with Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn got Conor Ben. You know what I'm saying? That could be an easy fight to make some in-house, you know what I mean, partner in-house type shit. They could definitely make something happen out of that. And on some real shit, that'll be a solid fight. I'll definitely watch that fight. You know what I mean? I'm sure Devin Haney will have to go up to 47 for that situation because Conor Ben is not making 140 pounds. You feel me? So yeah, it'll be a good fight. You know what I mean? I'll definitely tune into that just to see Conor Ben get his dumb ass schooled. I cannot
I can see
stand
that. I can see that fight happening in Saudi.
Yeah.
I can see Turkey taking some interest in that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
but I just want to see that boy get cooked. But I'm gonna start with Clay. What do you think about the possibility of that fight happening?
I think it's a good possibility, man. I think that I think Eddie Hearn would rather that fight. I think you can't help but we're gonna talk about the next part, right? I'm sure you're gonna get ready to bring that up. So I won't go there, but I'll say I think it's a good fight. I think Saudi, I could see Turkey sinking his teeth into that, you know what I'm saying, and bringing that out there. He brings that England fan base, you know what I'm saying, that would help it do well in Saudi, and then Devin brings, you know, his own fan base. They both could walk away and make a good bag out of the situation, and I think it'll be an exciting fight. I think that's one thing, like I said about Conor earlier, he's a good dancing partner. He's gonna make the fight exciting. He's gonna be trying to go and get Devin. He's gonna push, and I think he has better footwork, better head movement. He's not keeping his head on line like Regis does. I think it'd be a more competitive fight, and it would just force Devin to become better. I think these kind of fights for Devin Haney are those rounds that just elevate him and help him acclimate to the division even more. Now, if it happened at 147 pounds, I worry about Devin Haney like really playing that game of like fighting at 147 and coming back to 140 and going back up to 147. I wonder how that'll work out for him. But exciting fight. I think it would work out. It'll be a good selling fight. I think it would be a good watch. You know what I'm saying? To watch it happen.
What you think, Ray?
Well, I think it will happen. My thing is, I think Devin, though he likes the money, I think he also likes having a strap on his waist. So I would think he would wait for something like for Bud to drop a belt to make some type of championship appearance for that fight. It makes more sense for him, in my opinion. If that doesn't work and they just want to fight just for the action, Joe, they can say he fought a young fighter and a bigger fighter all day. I actually see that fight going as the Linares fight before the 10th round, and I just think it's all day. Just like he waxed Linares like before that clip happened late in that round before the bell rung. I think that's what we see, and it's just Devin washing him. There's no doesn't matter how fast he is. How quick he is. He can clip him. That's just boxing. You know what I mean? Punches happen. You land shots. But the fact is, at the end of the day, Devin's just that much better than him, where I don't even see it one way or another him even winning. So the fight happens. Bill, like you said, is definitely he knows what he's doing. He sees his flaws, and he knows what Devin can do, and he knows what's available.
What you think, Lo?
I can see that fight happening. You know, it's tailor made for Devin Haney. It's good money. It could be overseas. It could be in the UK. It can be in Saudi. And I don't think Devin wants to fight as mandatory. Not that he's ducking, but Devin trying to get some names. You know, Sandor is a good fighter, but that's not really a big name. So, he was flirting with the idea of fighting Barrios at 147. I could see him fight Conor Ben, and I could see him outclassing Conor Ben too. Definitely. Bill Haney's good for boxing. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not even a Haney fan at all, but I respect what Bill does. He kind of reminds me of the promoter from Rocky V. He's like a WWE character, like a heel. Like he cut promos. He be making them videos behind the red light, talking. It's like he's entertaining. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I don't know if you watch wrestling, but he kind of reminds me of Paul Heyman. The way Paul Heyman goes in there and starts talking for Brock Lesnar.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Haney's a character, man. He's good for boxing. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I think he's good for boxing too. I think he pushes boxing, and I think that you can appreciate that as a boxing fan. He pushes good fights, man. He tries to push good fights. You know what I mean? It's difficult in this atmosphere right now for that to get pushed because the casual fan just runs it right now, and so much nonsense gets pushed around to be standing on his square the way he's standing on his square, even for his son or whatever have you. He's definitely a good thing for boxing right now.
Yeah, man. Bill know exactly what he's doing, bro. Just constantly putting his opinions out there, and bro, he manipulates the media so well, and myself included. Because look, I'm talking about his son right now. We talking about his son right now. He popped up on the channel to talk about his son some more. Like he knows exactly what he's doing, bro. He got this shit down. He got this promoting shit down to a science, and it's paying off because little by little, as the time is going on, Devin is becoming a bigger, more relevant name in the sport of boxing. He's doing everything he needs to do as the head of DHP, Devin Haney Promotions. He's promoting Devin Haney. It is what it is. He's doing exactly what he getting compensated for. You feel what I'm saying? So let's go into what this headline, what this live is mainly about. And this is something that we genuinely got to talk about because and I'll be having people in my comments like, why you keep talking about Tank, man? But talk about something else. There's more to boxing than Tank. Yo, listen. I'm gonna tell y'all this. I had made a video about Tyson Fury to Alexander Usyk. You know what I'm saying? My thoughts on the fight when it was first announced, and you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, this video about to do its thing because it's a big fight. Yo, that shit ain't even hit 100 views. That shit hit like 100 views in like 4 days. I'm like, damn. I said, yo, nobody give a fuck about this. Nobody cares. I'm like, nobody cares. I'm like, yo, this is the first undisputed fight at heavyweight in the 4-belt era. Like, we can't even get enough views on this video. Nobody cares. So I'm like, all right, so I'm going to talk about what the people care about because I've seen people mention Tank in videos that had nothing to do with Tank in the comments. So, all right, I'm giving y'all what y'all want, man. I'm giving y'all what y'all want because it's popular, it's trendy. You know what I'm saying? I got to do what I got to do. I could be a boxing historian. I could get in my boxing historian bag and talk about, you know what I mean, this champion being here for that long or just how many weight classes they done moved up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could really do that. But then at the end of the day, do y'all give a fuck about it? No, y'all don't. A lot of y'all don't. No, y'all just care about what's going on currently. You feel what I'm saying?
You're right about that, bro. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right about that, bro.
I could talk. I could get in that bag, but it's like what? Because I gotta entertain my subscribers. If I don't, I'm gonna lose them. So I gotta do what I gotta do. But anyway, let's talk about little Tank. You feel what I'm saying? Let's talk about little Tank. So there's a situation going on, you know what I mean? Everybody on Twitter coming at Conor Ben talking about he easy work, let's make that fight next. He got Hitchens on his ass. He got Dev talking crazy. It was a few other people that was talking. Earl was talking. You see what I'm saying? Gervonta Davis puts his hat in the race, whatever you want to call it. He puts his voice in the mix. You know what I'm saying? He's talking about, yo, I'm gonna tell you this. How the way you look last night, like on some serious shit, based off how the way you looked, All I would need was 3 weeks in camp, a 1 week vacation at Turks and Caicos or whatever, and he's saying your ass is grass. You feel what I'm saying? So of course, kind of Ben, you know what I mean? He responds to them. They have their little back and forth, and it sounds like Tank is with the shits with fighting Conor Ben. You see what I'm saying? A 147 pounder who showed that he could rehydrate to 170 pounds in less than 24 hours. That's who Gervonta Davis doesn't mind challenging. Now, this is the problem that I have with that. The whole thing that's going on with Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney right now is that Devin Haney's too big. They're not. Leonard Ellaby just told you in an interview a couple days ago. They're not in the same weight class. All right, cool. Right? So this is what everybody's running with. Tank's little defenders or whatever. They saying the same shit. Bro, why you keep talking about them fighting? They're not in the same weight class. If Dev wants to fight Tank, they have to fight at 135. Blah, 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 blah. Completely ignoring the fact that he fought a way bigger man at 140 pounds, who we could say is probably bigger than Devin and Mario Barrios. He like 5'10", 5'11". I know he walk around heavy. You see what I'm saying? And he filled in the 147 quickly. You see what I mean? But somehow Devin Haney's too big. You know what I mean? He blowing up to 165 pounds. Gervonta Davis expressed his thoughts on that on Twitter. All of a sudden, you're so motivated to fight a 147-pounder that's weighing in 170 pounds, 5 pounds heavier than Devin Haney was the night of the fight. But somehow you're so intrigued with fighting Conor Ben. So what exactly is the reason? Because it's just Gervonta constantly contradicts himself. The more he talks, the more he exposes himself. The more that he talks, the more he embarrasses himself. He embarrasses his fans that defend him. He embarrasses handlers. What is the real reason? And at this point in time, bro, the reason is right there, right in front of you. Obviously, he's not going to give you the exact reason as to why, because of course they were saying the money. Now, Turk Al-Sheikh just responded to him. He was like, "Yo, listen, I don't got 2 Ferraris. I can send you 2 boxing gloves. Let's make the fight happen." And now Tank going around talking about, "I don't need him. I don't need him." You know what I mean? Just blatantly disrespecting this man. Well, all he want to do is give you the bag that you claim to be looking for. Because from what I've heard, from what my sources have told me, you wasn't willing to fight in that date that was presented to you previously because they was giving you an amount of money that you wasn't really fucking with. You know what I'm saying? You got spoiled with that Ryan Garcia money. You think that you about to continuously make that type of money from here on out. But at the end of the day, you're not fighting a big name like Ryan Garcia next. We know that. You know what I'm saying? So you're not going to get the same money. You got to be realistic with the shit. But, of course, Tank falling back. He comfortable. You know what I mean? And he's spoiled. You feel what I'm saying? So another contradiction, man. Another contradiction, bro, at this point is like, how could you defend Gervonta Davis at this point? How? That man is embarrassing you. Every time you come out with something, he shoot it down himself. Nobody else except him. You be like, oh, it's the money. And then he talks about he don't want to entertain Turkey. Devin Haney's too big. He's willing to challenge a 147-pounder that walks around at 170. Now, is the fight going to happen? I doubt it. I doubt it. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that he's even encouraging the idea of possibly facing Conor Ben, who's a bigger man than Devin Haney, and make me scratch my head. It's like, all right, so the weight can't be the reason. What is the real reason? You feel what I'm saying? And to the conclusion that I have came to at the end of the day is he just don't want no smoke with Devin Haney, bro. It's something about Devin Haney. It might be the stylistic thing. I don't know what it is, bro, but every reason that they have presented to the table has been getting shot down. And at the end of when it's all said and done, bro, it's only one logical explanation. And it's just that he don't want the smoke. What you think about that, Ray?
Well, I'm going to first of all start by saying this is just a conclusion of what we think. This dude being a renegade to his own team because in his fans, because all they keep trying to do is talk for him and be his microphone. And I think he's letting the world know, y'all can't speak for me. That's just something that I just think that's just thrown out there. Now, in my opinion, I say it all the time, exactly what you said. It is 100% the fact that Devin is just, I think, showed him something in that sparring session. and I've watched other sparring sessions of Devin Haney with other fighters, and I was like, I see why now they don't want to get in the ring with him. And me seeing that, I'm like, man, yo, this Tank lost he Bill won $1 million, right? AB lost $1 million. This is the reason why. And guess what? It's proven the pudding, because all y'all keep doing is giving reasons. I wish Freako Flyer was here, because he has it on record saying excuses, more excuses. As they said, because that's all we keep getting. And this is the fan base. This is just what they keep saying. And like I said, they keep pushing these narratives. Narratives are built every day. And every time you try to pursue and change it and to explain to them the truth, they keep saying, oh, well, you're a fan, or you're a fanboy. You're paid by Bill, this and that. You're just pushing Devin. You're a Devin Haney fan. I'm like, bro, that's not what it is. I love boxing. And I think we all here love boxing. And at the end of the day, we see what it is. Y'all just don't want to see it because y'all are too realistically abused and got your nose up his ass pulling on his balls. Pardon me. But that's what it is. You know what I mean? And when you do stuff like that, guess what happens? You get shitted on when that man come out and say what you don't want him to say. And now we look like the motherfuckers that knew what we was talking about, and y'all look stupid. Rates my case.
That was beautifully said. Clay, yo, Lo, go ahead. I'm gonna leave Clay opinion for last, because I really want to hear what Clay guys say. Lo, let me know what you think.
Me personally, I think Tank could beat Devin Haney. I really feel that way, you know. And however, I don't like Tank's energy towards when it comes down to fighting the elite guys, man. Like, he's not gonna fight Conor Ben. We've seen this before, man. And you know, I want to root for him, but it's disappointing. It's like to the point where I don't even mention him anymore about fighting T.O., fighting Devin, fighting Sugar. Those fights, I don't think that's going to happen. He's not showing that he wants to fight those type of guys. He's fighting the same type of fighters, you know, flat-footed, come forward type of guys that's going to stand in front of him. And then I heard Calvin Ford said something that was kind of disturbing when he said that he said to the extent he wants Tank to fight people that's going to make him look good, not somebody that's going to move around. And it's a shame because Tank is one of the most talented and skilled boxers right now. You know, he's a powerful puncher. This is the biggest puncher I've seen at 135 since the young Roberto Duran or an Oscar De La Hoya. And he's not fighting the top guys, man. I think he beats Devin Haney. He can beat anybody, man. He got it. He got what it takes to beat anybody, bro. But does he believe it? That's another question. You know, but like I said, I won't be surprised he fight Abner Maris next.
Who?
Abner Maris.
Abner Maris?
Abner Maris, yeah. I said his name wrong. Yeah, Abner Maris. He's a Mexican.
Man, that's just fucking hilarious. He
yeah, man.
Next, bro.
Yo, look how many adversaries, look how many nemesis that he had that called him out, right? Kevin Farmer, Gary Russell Jr., Devin Haney. Teofimo don't call them all outside of his name. You know what I mean? Who else called him out? He was going back and forth with Josh Taylor called him out before. Regis Prograis called him out before. And, you know, he hasn't fought these guys. Man. I don't know what's going on. And like you said, whenever there's type of rumblings and rumors of him fighting somebody, he's the first one to debunk it. Like when they were talking about him and Keith Thurman, he said it wasn't happening. People were talking about him and Subrio. You know, it's like, I mean, you know, I don't know, man. I don't think we're ever gonna get Tank Davis versus Devin Haney. I don't think we're gonna get Tank versus T.O. I don't think we're gonna get Tank versus Shakur. I really don't believe that.
Yo, Anonymous said Loma. You forgot that one.
Loma, there we go. Lomachenko. He was avoiding Lomachenko so bad that Floyd had to use Lomachenko's name as punishment. Remember that when Floyd was mad?
Yep.
He said, "Yeah, I'm gonna have you fight Loma."
Yeah, I remember.
Get in line before I call Loma.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
You better act right. I'm one phone call away. I'm about to make that Loma call.
And my favorite fighter was calling for Loma when he only had 10 fights. You know.
Mm-hmm. I remember when Floyd and Tank was going back and forth. He was like, "Oh yeah, we gonna get him to fight with Loma. We gonna get him to fight with Loma, bro." That shit was hilarious, bro. I was like, "Yo, Floyd is a dickhead, man." Let's check these chats out. Ray Davis, he said El Rayo. No.
No, he called him out.
Oh, okay, yeah, Rayo did call him out. That's a fact.
I don't like that fight, man. That's a highlight reel That's a highlight reel knockout waiting to happen.
I hear you. He just called him out, though. I mean, you had a lot of
Yeah,
people
he
that called
did.
him
He
out.
did. Teach said Frank's still there. Yup. He
I like the
said,
Frank Martin fight.
no lies detective said Floyd been said Tank asked for the Loma fight many times. Bro, he can say whatever he want that the fight happened. Tank can say whatever the fuck he want. But did it materialize? Absolutely not. But anyway, let's get into Clay, man. What's your take on this situation, man?
Excuses, more excuses. Listen, man, we've been talking about it for too long, man. People are gonna say that we hating on this man. Nobody hating on this man, but we gotta hold these fighters accountable, bro. They're not. If you're not fighting the best, you're not trying to fight the best. What are you doing? They don't care about legacy. They don't care about championship belts. They don't care about you guys. When they don't care about these things, they don't care about you guys. Shout out to Tank Davis, man. He doing what he got to do, I guess, what he can do, what you guys are allowing him to do. How can you fault him? This message is more of a black eye on the fan base. The fan base who defends every little thing that he does. And nobody can hold him to no account. Nobody can't say, you know what? I wish you do better. You know what? I wish you fight this guy. We supposed to just be satisfied with whoever he brings to the table, and we supposed to be just happy that he's given us an opportunity to see him fight. It's ridiculous. And now look at it. All you fans who were saying that he was too small. He wasn't, he needs to come down to 135. He's a 135 pounder. Leonard Ellerbe says he can even get down to 130. So basically, I guess he's stretching to even be at 135. Tank has counteracted every single thing that you guys have said. Every time you guys say something, he drops a tweet and says, he checks Sean Porter and says, listen, bro, I was beating you up when you was over 147 pounds. So why would I care about fighting this dude? You guys are talking crazy. He goes to Richard Higginson, has over 100 conversations with Richard Higginson saying he'll fight Devin Haney, no rehydration clause at 140. You guys don't even know your own fighter. You don't even know your own fighter. Trust me. I do not throw shots at Tank because I believe at the end of the day, Tank would fight any of these guys. But the people around him, the handlers, the people who are telling him he doesn't have to when he wants to, that's what's going on right now. That's what you're seeing. And it's constant. It's going to consistently be like this, where Tank is coming out on Twitter and he's saying something that just completely goes against what Leonard Ellerbe says, completely goes to what his coaches are saying, completely goes against the plan that Floyd Mayweather had for him. He's only going to go so far before he goes ahead and he just puts his own voice out there. And I'll be honest with you, I was happy to see him come out and say something. Finally say something and defend himself and be a boss and be like, you know what? I'm going to make this fight happen. Now, tomorrow we could wake up and it could be a big troll. You know, Tank could just come out and be like, I was just playing this and that. You know, once his handlers get a hold of him and yell at him and scold him for speaking his own mind, maybe he'll come out, retract some of the tweets and say that he was just playing, he was just trolling, and we can get back to the regularly scheduled program, which is Tank waiting to fight somebody, some flat-footed dude at 135 and charging you guys $80 to watch it. But look, at the end of the day, at this point, I think he's painted you guys and himself and his team into a corner. Nobody's going to hear about no rehydration clauses with Devin Haney. Everybody wants to see Devin Haney fight Tank Davis. I don't care. Even if you're a Tank fan, you know that's a fight you want to watch. Let's be real. I want to see what Tank fan is about to come out here. What Tank fan's about to come out here right now and say, I don't want to see the Devin Haney fight. Of course y'all want to see it. But you guys think that Tank wants to fight the guy at 135 pounds. I don't think he cares. Why aren't you guys pushing for this man to just fight the fight? He fought Mario Barrios at 140 pounds. Why can't he fight Devin at 140 pounds? Why can't he fight the guys that we want to see him fight? You guys don't know your fighter, man. That's what it comes down to. You don't know Tank. You're not paying attention to Tank. You guys think you're fighting for Tank and you're not, man. You're not. Because I think Tank wants all the smoke. I think he wants all the smoke. Yeah, okay, Mr. 18. I guess we don't need to fight nobody. We'll let him go fight Ryo or whatever it is. I don't care, man. At the end of the day, Tank is speaking more like us than you guys. When Tank speaks, when he finally grabs his Twitter and he starts speaking, he sounds like us. He sounds like we sound like Tank fans because we pushing for the fights that it seems like he wants. You guys don't even, y'all not on the same page as this dude at all. A side, B side, all this nonsense. I got scrutinized for what? for pushing for Tank to fight, for pushing the Tank to get some money possibly out in Saudi Arabia. You guys rather discredit the whole entire conversation and say there's no money in Saudi Arabia. No offers are being made. You rather go with the story that Turki Al-Sheikh has no interest in making a fight between Devin and Tank. You guys rather make it sound like all these other things except for Tank wants this fight. It's all good. Let's see how it happens. A black eye on you guys. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Let's see what happens in next week. What are y'all going to say when Tank is inside of the ring fighting 140 pounds, a Devin Haney, or when he's fighting Conor Benn at 147? What are you going to say then? Stop being fanboys, man. Grow up. Grow up and start loving boxing again.
Yo, can I real quick address No Lies? No Lies. So you said that he fought only 30-year-old guys back to back to back or whatever the case may be. That may be so. But if you go back on his history, only 7 of those guys were over 30, right? Only 2 of them today just made 30 out of that 7. So it was really 5 guys. Now, when we go back and check, no disrespect to you, Lo, when we go back and check Teal's resume, his last 12 fighters, only 1 of them was not 30, over 30 that he fought. So when we talk about people in age, don't do that. Now we got another question. Tank was talking about fighting a 40-year-old, but I don't hear you talking about that. So at the end of the day, let's not bring age into the equation because they all boxers, they all come in that ring, they all train at the end of the day.
You referring to Pacquiao?
Yeah.
That might happen. I got a feeling that's the fight we're gonna see.
Whatever it is, gonna be in England.
Pacquiao and Tank don't make sense to happen in England. Maybe this shit all written out. But then again, Conor Benn not allowed to fight in the UK right now because the UK, what's they called? The British Boxing Board of Control said that they have not done the proper investigation. You feel what I'm saying? They was trying to get back in there to make the Eubank. That's why the Eubank fight didn't happen because the British Boxing Board of Control blocked it. And they said, "Yo, if y'all wanna fight over here, y'all got to go through the proper protocols necessary to reinstate him back in British boxing."
Yo, I see somebody there. Can I just address this? Can I speak to this for 2 seconds?
Go ahead.
Let me speak to this, right?
I already blocked like 3 of them, bro.
It's all good. They follow me around. They fans. They remember me being somebody and I switched the game up, right? Let me tell you what happens, right? So what's this conversation about? This conversation is about Turki Al-Sheikh. So I guess because everybody's been calling him His Excellency, Turki Al-Sheikh, there's a bunch of people who've been running around believing that he was the prince because I guess they affiliated his name being His Excellency, addressing him as His Excellency as him being a prince. I always knew he wasn't a prince. Did you know he wasn't a prince, guys? Everybody on here knew?
Yeah, I looked him up immediately. I wasn't going to make that assumption, so I had just looked him up, and then I found out who he actually was.
I mean, I never called him it, but I thought he was.
He doesn't control it like they sports type shit, right?
Right. He's a minister of sports over there. So the argument came up when the gentleman that everybody's speaking about right here is talking about is I called up. Me and this gentleman have a relationship, right? Supposedly, but we could talk about stuff. And I called up about a David Benavidez potentially fighting Jai Obatai fight. I said, I'm thinking if David can't get any opportunities at the super middleweight division, that he can go and fight at light heavyweight, maybe fight a Jai Obatai, since Turki Al-Sheikh was showing interest in the winner of Better Bivol and Beterbiev and Bivol fighting Jai Obatai. Now, the fight turns out that they wanted to go and move it to cruiserweight. So I'm like, nah, David Benavidez don't got to go through the cruiserweight. But the gentleman has he likes to debate me. He likes to argue me, right? So he's like, I want to have a debate with you. He goes, between Tank Davis and Devin Haney not fighting, whose fault do you think it is? I said, I don't know about fault, but I said right now I'd have to put it on Gervonta Tank Davis, being that he's the A side. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't put out any offers. You know what I'm saying? He's the one who's got to put out the offers. Devin Haney and them have shown their interest in the fight. He hasn't. He goes, well, why do you say that? Now he paints this picture out where he says there's a reward for a Tank to fight at 135, and there's a reward for Devin Haney because he's gonna get the payday of his life. But what's the reward for Gervonta to go to 140? I said, listen, man, right now there is no reward really except for legacy. Him fighting Devin Haney at a fair weight and beating him at that weight will be good for his legacy. But I said, but there might be money rewards for him with Turkey al-Sheikh. Saudi Arabia seems to have interest in the fight, and they showed a history of sparing no expense to get what they want. And I used the Day of Reckoning card, right? The Day of Reckoning, they had all the heavyweights show up on that card, and they paid all this money out. So the person who we're talking about argued and said that there's been no offer made. There's no offer that's been made to Tank. I said, all right, well, maybe an offer hasn't been made, but there's been an interest that's been piqued, and these guys have said that they're interested. They've been a certain amount of money. Bill Haney said $20 million. Eddie Hearn confirmed and said, no, I'm not going to say how much it was, but I'm going to tell you it could be that or even more than that. I have a lot of money on the table. So that day went by. The next day comes up, somebody comes up and unveils the big conspiracy. Turns out Turkey al-Sheikh is not a prince. He don't got no money. They went down his bank account, said this man is a YouTuber. This guy's he's not nobody with no kind of money. He controls no money. Just nonsense, right? So they calling for me. This gentleman's calling for me. So I called up there. I'm like, what's up? What's on your mind? He's like, what do you think about this now? Blah, 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 blah. I said, what does it matter? It doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't. I already knew he wasn't a prince. You guys saw he's the prince, but does it change the fact that he's able to make an offer to Tank Davis? Does he not have the backing of his whole entire government, the prince and the king of Saudi Arabia, to give anything that he's saying? Has he shown with his past track record that he's able to do that? Dude, it turned into prove to me that he made an offer. So I said, listen, pull up the video in the interview. Remember the interview that Turkey al-Sheikh just did recently, guys? Mm-hmm. I don't know if you guys saw it, but Turkey al-Sheikh basically expressed interest in Al Heyman and Gervonta Tank Davis, Shakur Stevens, and he made a specific interest in Devin Haney. He took that thing and turned it into there was no offer made in this video for Gervonta. Clearly, it's a
So it's when offers get made in videos, bro.
Exactly, right? This is about an interest getting piqued, right? Who does Al Heyman control? Tank Davis. Devin Haney and Tank Davis is the biggest fight that could be made. Eddie Hearn, who is a direct consultant to Turkey al-Sheikh, said he has money to Tank Davis. Where's the money coming from? Everybody knows it comes from Turkey al-Sheikh. Bill Haney says it was like $20 million. There's enough information there for Tank Davis to look into that to see if there's an opportunity there for him to make money or not. If he doesn't want to look into it, that's his business. But to act like Turkey al-Sheikh is just not even interested in that fight, it's stupid. Dude starts going on a rant. I just sat there and watched him, bro. I just sat there and smiled and watched him, bro. He's going in a rant. Yeah. He's doing all this stuff. Y'all can go catch the video. This is my roasting, okay? Me sitting there going, all right, you done? Can I speak yet? Yo, listen, in the spirit of making good fights, man, I hope these fighters do everything they can to give us fans the best fights that they can give us. That's why I said. I hope they're trying and they're exploring all avenues to give us fans the fights we want to see. That's it. And now I got roasted. That's me being roasted.
But that's the same guy had spinning the chair acting like a child when I was killing him on his own channel.
I'm not gonna speak on that. That's on you. That's on you. I just wanted to put out in perspective my roasting. This is my roasting. This is my roasting, okay?
I know, I got you,
that's my frying. That's my frying.
Funny.
There ain't no fucking roast. Listen, that boy.
Of course it's not. It's stupid. What they talking about is they saw that man yelling, and they saw me like this. Literally, look, you looking at me? Here's how my face was the whole time. This is my face the whole time. Go check the video. That's my roasting.
You just called me out again, by the way, Clay, because you ain't there.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, I
hate to I'm gonna call it a night, man. I'm gonna cut you off. I'm gonna call it a night. I gotta go to bed, man. It was a pleasure chopping up with each and every one of y'all. Have a good one. Keep up the great work, man.
Yeah. Yo, I don't know what's up with these things. Every time you make a movement, thumbs up or something, they give you put it you a bubble.
I don't know, bro. That's what the man.
You don't do it to me. Look,
going now and shit. I don't know.
I seen it happen to Tyson Fury.
There's mine. There it is.
You see the interview with Tyson Fury? He put the thumbs up and it went to the bubble. Look, there it is.
Right there.
Yeah. No, I didn't look, right? One time I was talking on here with Mark. I don't know what I did. Fireworks just popped off behind me. It was crazy. Mark was like, yo, what's going on here? I'm like, I don't even know. I thought somebody in the chat was showing me love. And then we finally figured out it was these things.
I don't even know what the hell that is. I seen when you do this shit, They like do all these hearts too or some shit like that.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Same thing, Teach. Yeah, same thing on that channel. Yo, these fans, listen, these fans of these fighters, bro, it's intense, especially the Tank fans. It's intense. They can't hear nothing at all about this guy. I mean, they get in their emotions. They can't even contain themselves. They get so frustrated. To me, it's like I gotta sit back and just. That's why
that make me think that they like men.
Yo, Mark, it's crazy.
I never defend nobody like that. I don't even be defending myself that hard, bro. If you don't believe what the fuck I'm talking about, bro.
And they have a hard time with you just believing it. They have a hard time with you agreeing to disagree and be like, all right, well, that's how you see it. We'll see how it plays out.
The whole chat go against you.
Me and Mark have disagreed. Me and Ray have disagreed 100%. Like, oh, really? That's how you see it? I don't know, man. We just gonna have to see. Just like that, bro. These dudes, yo, when I'm telling you, bro, type of energy out here in these streets.
They don't be liking women, bro. I'm telling you, son ain't clicking right.
Yo, shout out to they be saying stuff like this. Why you tearing that man down? You just tearing him down now. That's ridiculous. All right. Like yo, you be feeling bad sometimes. Like, damn, bro, I'm really not trying to tear him down, man. Is that what I'm really doing? I'm just trying to talk about boxing. Like the way they talk about it, you just be like, you just tearing that man down. He can't do nothing right. He can't do nothing right. Like,
it's funny. You know what's funny? I'm gonna get your super chat real quick, and I'm gonna tell you.
Shout out to Raymond Moore with the $5 super chat. He says Tank just gave us evidence for the last time that he is scared and that it's his decision to not fight Dev. Shout out to Raymond Moore with the super chat, man. I agree with you 1,000%.
That is a real good statement from Raymond Moore. Real good statement.
Yeah.
Listen, I said in the beginning of the year, I don't know if it was on this platform, but I've said it on a couple other platforms, definitely on Blue's platform too. I said this year, are we going to hold Tank Davis accountable for what happens in his career, or are we going to keep claiming it on his handlers? That was a very important question at the beginning of the year. This year, is Tank going to be responsible for what he does, or are we going to keep blaming it on his handlers? And that statement right there spoke to that, and that's 100% accurate, bro.
Right.
It's 100% accurate. It's his decision. And look, at the end of the day, that whole call out thing, come on, man. Y'all got to stop, bro. Y'all got to stop. That whole call out thing, y'all got to stop that, bro. That's a joke. To anybody who's grown and understands what's going on right now, that is a joke. That's like the most casual. That's the most casual thing I'm hearing in 2024. The most casual fan thing I'm hearing. Whenever I hear that, that's a big sign right there. Whenever I hear, y'all already know, call Al. Oh, okay. You a casual fan, bro.
You know, yeah, it's crazy because I got like I said, I got painted into a room one day. You remember the conversation I had where we call it round 3 in my case, and I had to hop off because I'm like, bro, like you really trying to push a narrative and change it just because you basing something off of something else. I wasn't even saying that. I was just making a comparison, right? What's it called? Contrast comparison. And the man flipped out and was like, now you talk about this. And I was like, yo, bro, that's not even what it is. But yes, I'm right. I'm 100% right. You just don't want to defend it. You know what I mean? And the man has the right to defend his child at the end of the day. You know what I mean? But, you know, we already know what it is. It doesn't matter if it's there or other places, man. We've been on these channels, Clay. We talk about it on the channel. We talk about it here. Talked about it on Blue Blood's channel. We talked about on Blood's channel too. Like we talked about it, and every time we talk about it, we get the same results from the fan base of Tank Davis. But when we're talking to certain people and we get supported on our answers, they're like, "Yo, that makes sense." It's like we still don't get the love from the people that think that we become fanboys of the enemy, and that's crazy. I'm like, how many times have I defended Tank in situations? You've heard me on chats defend Tank. You've heard me on chats talk about Shakur and defend him. Hell, shit, you even heard me talk about defending Tio, and you know what I feel about Tio, me, you personally. So, right. You know what I mean? At the end of the day,
look, at the end of the day, they're opinions, right?
Right.
And y'all have to understand, and I don't care who you are, if you're a Devin fan, if you're a Tank fan, if you're an Errol fan, a Terrence Crawford fan, a Canelo fan, whatever it is, whatever your cup of tea is, that's cool, right? It's sports. But when you guys get so passionate that you can't even ask of your fighter who you're a fan of to do something that's gonna be exciting for you. Tank fighting Devin Haney is a great fight for everybody, bro. Right. Everybody, the Tank fans, the Devin fans. Tank fighting Frank Martin, Shakur Stevens fighting Devin Haney, David Benavidez fighting Canelo. All these fights, we're missing out as fans, man. Sitting here getting mad at somebody who's pushing for that fight to happen and talking about A side, B side, you guys have lost connection with what we're here to do as fans. As fans, we're here to see great fights. You guys talk like you're promoters, managers, like you're getting money from these things. The way y'all talk like y'all protecting y'all self-interest. Like your self-interest is in how much money they're making, or that the A side. You guys have lost connection with what we do as fans. As fans, if they not fighting, we have nothing to watch. If they're not fighting, we got nothing to talk about. We spend so much time talking about everything except for fighting. When I was growing up, bro, watching boxing, we talked about fights because we was watching a lot of fights. Today, 90% of the conversation on these panels are about why fights shouldn't happen, or why somebody's an A side, or why somebody shouldn't even have to do this, or why somebody. The conversations are crazy. Social media has infected your brain and exposed you guys to something that we probably shouldn't even be exposed to, because it's taking away the whole entire fight game. And boxing is going down because of that shit. You look at the UFC, they're just going up, 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 up. Why? Because it's constantly the best fighting the best, constantly the best fighting the best. Boxing, oh my God, what kind of hoops do we got to jump through just to see a fight? And dare I ask, we see the fight on time, because like Floyd and Manny, you catch the fight 5 years past the time it's supposed to happen. These dudes is old. They're not the same people. We don't never get to see it, but they'll charge us up to $100, $75 to $100 a pay-per-view to watch these weak fights. You guys have no complaints about seeing Tim Tszyu fight Keith Thurman on a pay-per-view. And look, that card is a great card, but I don't care what y'all telling me, man. It's not a pay-per-view card, bro. You guys should not be paying $80 to see that. If y'all were seeing the fight y'all were supposed to be seeing, y'all would see why I'm laughing at that card. I think Keith Thurman and Tim Tszyu is a great fight. I think Rolly Romero against Isaac Cruz is a great fight. I think the Fundora fight's a great fight, but it's not $80. Stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to yourself. They're robbing you dudes. And you guys sit here. Yeah, I know Mark don't agree with me on this. I know he thinks it's a pretty decent card. But at the end of the day,
I don't think it's worth $80 though.
No.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. $80?
Would have been like 50. That should have been like 50. I'd have been like, oh, yeah, man.
Like 40, $39.99. $39.99, bro. $39.99, my dude. And I could watch that fight and not feel horrible. I paid $80 to see Errol Spence fight Terrence Crawford. I paid $80 to see Errol Spence fight Terrence Crawford for undisputed, for history to be made. For history to be made. First two-time undisputed champion in the four-belt era. I paid $80 for that. You telling me Tim Tszyu and Keith Thurman is history being made? History's getting made there? Come on, man. The man ain't fought in 25 months. But they're going to keep doing this to you guys. They're going to keep doing this to you guys until you guys start demanding more from these promoters and from these fighters. They're going to continue to do it.
$29.99 with a Pizza Hut coupon code. That's crazy.
Something.
Shout out to Freaking Flyer, who helped me design this. Every time I get called a fanboy of Devin Haney. So every time I get called, this pops up. It's crazy. You know what I mean? So I designed it just for that purpose. But we're going to go back to what it's supposed to be because, you know, it's that easy.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I got to keep that in the back pocket for real. But no, Clay is 100% factual, and it's crazy because we just see the same things every single day because people just like to talk about nothing. Like they just want to keep bringing up nothing. You know what I mean? It's like
there's nothing to talk about. There's no fights happening.
You know what it is? What was that movie when everything was in black and white in the 50s and the only people could see color was the kids and they made everything color just because they started sharing it with people?
I don't know.
Y'all remember that?
I know.
You know what I'm talking about, Clay? It was
sound like a lot of white people in it.
It was. Listen, I ain't watch it. Whoa, listen. I'm just telling you that I remember the commercial.
No, you can watch it. I'm just saying, it just sounds like something
I never seen it in my life, but I'm just telling you, I remember the commercial for it.
Yo, we wasn't really popping like that back in the black and white days.
Everything transition to color, like everything.
And it transitioned. The kids made the forced the parents and everybody to see color. I can't remember what it was. It was a movie they was talking about, but that's what that reminded me of. You could keep telling everybody what you want, and it's black and white, but they just want to paint this picture every single time and just keep adding color to it because they want us to see their view. And that's what it is. And it's more and more. So they keep falling for the narratives every day. It's all based on opinions. And when we bring facts to it that back up what substantial situations are, they want to run away from that. They want to be like, oh, no, that's not what it is. And you like, yo, you tripping, like, for real. We do it all day, Clay. We talk about this all day. For real.
Yeah, it's nonsense, man. You know what I mean? And even with this whole entire, like I said, you guys are following me around from platform to platform. It's doing nothing.
Yo,
Matt, I'll be honest with you, it's getting me attention.
I'm gonna tell you something, bro. They do the same shit to me. When I was on Karma channel, bro, they was right at me, bro. Right at me. Bro, nobody was receiving criticism the whole time I was just watching. As soon as Karma sent me the link and I got up on that channel, bro, they was right at my neck, bro. People that I already had like blocked like months ago was right at me and everything, bro. Everything. You know what I'm saying? They talking about me being light-skinned and, bro, they just talking about shit that got nothing to do with boxing. I'm literally talking to somebody on there. I think his goofy ass, his name was like Boxing Scholar or something.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he a clown, bro. Like he got more subscribers than me. You know what I'm saying? He got videos that did shit ton of views, but like he worried about me, bro. Like really worried about
me. Right.
And the whole thing, Anonymous. That's exactly what happened. He said, I remember Mark said people must not like me here on their live. Yeah, bro, they don't. Bro, everywhere I go, bro, they know, they see my face, and bro, they come at me like off the rip, bro. Off the rip. Like it's crazy. Like the whole time he was just talking about my features, just infatuated with how I look, bro. And that shit was just like, bro, I thought we was talking about boxing.
You just sitting there quiet, looking at it like, what am I doing here?
He talking about, oh man, you light skinned, man. Yeah, man. Man, I'm light skinned too, man. I ain't about to go back and forth with a light skin, bro. I'm like, damn, bro, you must love how my skin look, my brother. Like you must, you know what I'm saying? Like you really worried about the wrong shit. You know what I'm saying? And then he was just saying some shit about, he was like, have you ever broke down the fight before? I'm like, bro, I'm a fucking boxing coach, you idiot. What you think I do for a living, bro? I get compensated to break down fights. I get compensated to create game plans, bro. And I'm pretty successful at it. Right. You see what I'm saying? Like you breaking down fight clips. Then I'm watching one of his breakdowns on one of the fights. He was like, watch as this guy steps his foot outside of this southpaw guy's foot so he can easily pivot around. I was like, bro, this dude don't know what the fuck he talking about, bro. Like this is like, you're the one who's breaking down fight footage, bro. You're trash, bro. Like stop it. Like, how the fuck have I ever broke down fight footage? Nigga, I break down fighters. What is you talking about? And I build them up. Fucking dummy. Like, this is stupid. Yeah, the Bulls calling me J. Cole and shit. I'm like, bro, you're fucking weird. Like, whatever, bro. Yeah, I don't know.
Man.
She said only.
It get weird. It get weird.
Listen, man.
Super weird, bro.
At the end of the day, they're going to think whatever they want to think. I believe at the end of listen, I got a 16-year-old son who lives with me in my crib. I got my wife. I got kids. What I'm not finna do is sit here on no internet platform barking back and forth with you, trying to talk over you while you talking over me. That is never going to be me. I'm not going out like that. It's not that serious for me. I will sit there and let you have it. I could disconnect. I think the one thing I didn't do in that situation that might have, but that would have been the conversation there. That he ran, he ran. So it don't matter how you carry it, right? But I sat there and I smiled through it, bro, and I let him have it. It's his platform. You know what I mean? He wants to have it, his mute button. He could do whatever he wants to do. If y'all want to believe that represented any kind of like loss on a debate or any kind of frying, that's fine. I think anybody who has 2 eyeballs in their head can see the difference.
You know what the difference is for real though. You'll go on his channel, but he won't go to yours.
Never.
He won't go to yours. And
Never.
that just go to show. Like wherever I'm talking, bro, I don't give a fuck, bro. Like I go on anybody's channel and I will cook them. Like I'm fully confident that I would. Like if you got a certain stance I don't agree with, bro, and I'm really passionate behind my opinion, bro, and I base it up with facts, it's like there's no way you could beat me, bro. Like, and it just is what it is. Like we could agree to disagree.
What he'll do is he'll mute you or throw you in the back.
But getting fried, never.
You know what he's gonna do? He's gonna mute you, or he's gonna send you to the back and piss you off. And then you know what you're gonna end up doing? And then that's what he wants to see. And you know what I'm trying to say? Like, and then they're gonna be like, oh, he had to resort to that. You can't win in those situations. It has to be, if we're having a real conversation and we're really debating about something, let's do it. But if it's narrative driven and you're getting all upset and passionate because I'm not talking nice about your favorite fighter, or I'm not giving you, it's a waste of my time, bro. It's a waste of everybody's time for real.
This is 2 hours ago when I got a message from that same dude. Now he has a I'm changing the name in the description. It's in the chat.
Our boss, hours ago, see someone wants to get fried again. Show up and click the link. LOL. Yeah.
But he never beat me in a debate this year. Clearly.
Right. I mean, look, that's not what people are gonna say. That's not what
I got majority of people want to see me go at it with him because they felt that I beat them. And I even said pay-per-view. What they was doing, they was putting money in the chat to have me go at this guy. And he was like, I don't want it. I'm like, bro, I'm good. So I told him now, you know what my thing is? Clay, you know what my thing is when he called me up? Call Al.
Right.
That's it.
Wow, bro. That's it, bro. Tell him he can call him until you turn blue in the face. Until he call me and tell me he got a debate lined up for me. I don't you know what I'm saying? I ain't going nowhere, bro.
That's fucking hilarious. Call Al.
That's what it is. That's what they say. That's the most casual fan line I've heard in 2024. Call Al. When they say that, I'll be like,
that's it.
Who raised these dudes?
Right.
Yo, tell your fighter and this is another thing I got for Tank fans. Who y'all want to see him fight? Do you have anybody that you want to see him fight? Please let me know if there's anybody you want to see him fight. I've never heard a Tank fan tell me who they want to see him fight yet.
Right.
Just who he don't need to fight. And that's just to show you. And the reason I say that's significant is that's just to show you they don't care if he fights. They don't care if he fights, bro. It don't matter who he fights. It doesn't matter. They don't care. Who you want to see him fight? Who you want to see him fight? Whoever he wants. That dude specifically will tell you in 2 seconds. Whoever he wants to fight, I just want to see him fight. Right. I don't care who he fights.
Cab driver from Home Depot.
What can I say to that, man?
Bring him in the ring.
You got it, bro. What can I say to that? You got it.
Got it. Nails my roof and cuts my lawn. Bring him in the ring.
He wouldn't care. He wouldn't. I would like to know who would he fight that you would complain about? Who would he get in the ring with that you'd be like, yo, no, this ain't right. This ain't right. Nobody. You guys are fanboys, man.
Yeah, man.
Watching you guys too.
Yeah.
Internet's forever. Remember that.
Yeah.
Remember the internet's forever. You know what I mean? So we get to look at this 10, 15 years from now. We get to look at you being a whole fanboy. What is it?
Yo, that's fucking wild. You said Claymore hating on Tank because Coach Kenny hair longer than his. That's fucking wild.
Coach Kenny ain't got no hair, and I don't know about his beard being longer than me. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, Tay. Go ahead, bro.
Wider.
Go ahead, bro.
That's actually pretty funny.
That was a good one.
Hey,
y'all know him?
Go ahead, bro.
You know him?
Nah, I don't know who he is.
I ain't never seen that dude.
He getting that.
That's a petty ass
comment.
That was actually funny though. He said, "I'm just trying to make money off Tank, but he want to fight Uber drivers."
Right.
I would complain if
I
there
know,
were
I know,
any
I know.
rematches or if he fights Rael. Okay.
Guys,
I mean,
I'm about to
look,
dip in a minute. I gotta go to sleep. I gotta work in the
I'm
morning.
with
I'm
you. I
playing
gotta go
game.
get up for class. But
That's cool. That's cool.
But I'm with you though. Like, look, I hate to say it because I know people disagree with me. For a long layoff that Tank had, I'll take a Ryle fight to get. Go ahead. Oh, get back in the ring.
No, I was talking to Slime.
Yeah, to get back in the ring, man. Like, I'll take that. So, you know what I mean? That's just a bounce back fight. But I want to see something happen after that. If that happens, like you need to make something legitimate happen. You called out. So my whole point is, you just went after Conor Ben. But yet the guy you said was number one on your list, and you're going to knock his head off. You're going to make his dad cry. You called him out. 2024 is going to happen. But yet everything we get is an excuse for him. Everything.
Yeah.
And it's not from you, it's from your fans. And you haven't said anything, but you want to fight Conor. I'm just saying.
That's a fact.
We're gonna find out. We're gonna see the day. This is day one. Let's see what happens tomorrow.
Right.
Let's see what happens tomorrow, man. Yo, salute the boxing. We love boxing. Guys, if you love boxing, ask your boxers to box.
Right. For real. That's it.
Asking fighters to fight, man.
Yeah. As simple as that. Well, all right, man. I'm gonna wrap this up, man. I'm probably gonna speak on the Pacquiao situation and that shit, but y'all free to go, man.
All right, man. Well, thank you.
I appreciate you for having us on, man. If it was a better night, I'd stay. I mean, yo, Tay, man, I don't see your face, so it's easy to make fun of me while I ain't see your face. I'm sure I got some jokes, but it's cool. You got me. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. You got me. The beard thing was nice. That was nice.
I don't know though. Niggas who typically use like they kid pictures for their profile pictures is usually because they ugly right now.
Yeah, bro. Smacking out a Domino's pizza right now, dog. Smacking out a Domino's pizza in front of the TV screen, talking about he got hair like he got hair.
Yo, with a holy ass white tank top on.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? With a hole right over the nipple poking out the hole. Eating a Domino's pizza with a tomato grease stain on his shirt, trying to make fun of me, bro.
Right.
All right, man.
All right, I'm out, bro. Peace.
All right, I'm hollering. What?
Pause. Slime talking about pause. You funny as hell. But I want to get into one more topic before I hang it up for the night, man. I wanted to speak on the whole Manny Pacquiao situation. I was gonna make a video about it, but at the same time, Manny Pacquiao not really relevant at this current state of boxing right now. So I figured I'll just touch on it. Well, we got 38 people in the building, man. Those of y'all who have liked the video so far, it is very much appreciated, man. We're about to come to an end. But before I get into that, Manny Pacquiao, apparently, according to Boxing Scene, that he's considering unretiring for certain fights. One of them being Gervonta Davis, another being Ryan Garcia, and the other being Conor McGregor. You know what I'm saying? That's something that his team has came out and said. And a lot of people having mixed opinions about it, but I think the general consensus is that nobody wants to see those fights. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to see Manny Pacquiao and Conor McGregor. Nobody wants to see Manny Pacquiao and Gervonta Davis. Nobody wants to see Manny Pacquiao and Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? Those fights don't make any sense at all, especially the Conor McGregor one. Like, he's literally 0-1 as a professional fighter. And he has not returned to boxing since then. And he's barely been in the octagon since then. And since he's been in the octagon, I think he's lost back-to-back bouts. You feel what I'm saying? So what's the point of even entertaining the possibility of them guys fighting? Manny Pacquiao is in his mid-40s right now. He came off of he pretty much retired after getting his ass whooped by Danny Schoolguys. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why come out of retirement to entertain those fights? It only leads me to one destination, in all honesty, and it's a sad topic to get into, but I really feel like Manny Pacquiao might be struggling financially. You know what I'm saying? He might be having a hard time like paying taxes. I don't know exactly what the situation is. I don't really want to get too caught up into that man's pockets, but at the end of the day, if you're in your mid-40s and you're looking for fights that aren't meaningful, you know what I mean? If you're not going after any champions and it seems like you just going after like fights that could generate some type of revenue, is because you're lacking revenue in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Especially in your mid-40s. Now, if you're in your peak, you're in your prime, and you proved everything you had to prove, or anything of that nature, that's fine. You feel what I'm saying? But somebody who's coming out of retirement and are only pursuing big money fights instead of fights that could prove and make his legacy even greater, it just goes to show that he need a bag. You know what I mean? He need a payday, and he's trying to get it the quickest way possible. And he's been trying to copy the Floyd Mayweather blueprint. You know what I mean? He's been doing exhibitions and things of that nature because everybody's seeing Floyd getting paid millions of dollars to do exhibitions. You feel what I mean? So Manny Pacquiao sees that. He has a history of copying Floyd Mayweather, whether it's common opponents or what he chooses to do outside of boxing. Pacquiao has been relentlessly chasing around Floyd Mayweather, trying to get some type of clout off of his name ever since they have been mentioned to fight each other well over a decade ago. You feel what I'm saying? So it seems like Manny Pacquiao is having some issues financially. I've heard of him having some financial issues in the past. And that's sad considering that he's made well over $100 million in his boxing career. You feel what I'm saying? But that's all I really wanted to get into with that. You see what I mean? Let's check out the comments right here. It says facts. Mimi says facts. He looking for a payday. He said old head trying to get paid. That's my boy Brian, man. What up? What up, Brian? Hope you're doing well, man. I hope everything's going well with you. What's their dimensions? Are their dimensions the same? What are you speaking of? Are you talking about in terms of size? No, we talking about Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is a lot bigger than Manny Pacquiao. Gervonta Davis, I think he's shorter than Manny Pacquiao, but they might be around the same frame in all honesty. And Conor McGregor, he's a much bigger man than Manny Pacquiao. Manny, Anonymous says, payday, you payday. Okay. Somebody tell him sit down somewhere. That's a fact. He definitely need to sit his old ass down. I thought he was into politics and shit like that. You would have thought that he been getting some type of senator money or some shit like that. He must not be paying too good over there in the Philippines. I remember Manny Pacquiao will come out his crib and there'll be all these people just waiting for him. And he'll just be handing out money. He'd come out with a stack and just be handing it out to the people. You feel what I mean? So maybe he just giving back too much. You feel what I mean? Maybe he got too many financial responsibilities as wearing his bank account out. I've seen it happen. You know what I mean? It's a bad John. He said, bro, when Manny lost to Dennis Ugas at 46 years old, Tank couldn't get no extra props from that. That's a fact. Better off trying to train someone. He got a name. That's a fact too. And I think he trains his son. His son is an amateur boxer from what I understand. So I don't know. I feel like Manny Pacquiao could get money other ways, man. He's a big name. He's a popular name. He's a legend. I think there's a couple avenues he could take where he don't necessarily got to take any more punishment. You feel me? Ralph said, there's no point any current fighter doesn't gain anything from a Pacquiao fight. That's a fact. When one of them fools, Pacquiao is going to be, they were supposed to win. Pacquiao is 42 years old. Yeah. He's even older than that. I think he's 45. But regardless, yeah, I see what you're saying. Exactly. All the young fighters who want to fight him are a lot bigger than him. Maybe he feels that it's the biggest star to fight. That's his size. Yeah, possibly. Tay says, Manny trying to go out on his face. Just like he did against Marquez, that could possibly happen, especially if he fighting Tank. You feel me? And it's Floyd's protege as well. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Texas. But regardless, don't nobody want to see that shit, man. I just hope that Manny Pacquiao is able to get his bread right so he won't be talking about boxing no more. You feel what I'm saying? But that's pretty much all I want to get into today, man. I appreciate everybody that's been watching, man, and tuned in. We had a pretty good live today. Had my boy Claymore, my boy Ray was on as well, along with Low Nose Boxing, man. I hope y'all appreciated the content we had gave to y'all today. You see what I'm saying? But until then, man, I'm going to be back tomorrow morning. I'll be back at y'all with another video. I'm going to drop a couple videos tomorrow. Then I'll be back on the live, hopefully later on to tomorrow night. You know what I mean? But until then, This nigga name is Manny Napier. Talking about I got a bruise on my head. This dude wilding. Oh man, that's a good one right there, boy. Y'all got some motherfucking jokes on this YouTube shit. But anyways, man, I'm gonna get up out of here. Y'all have a blessed, beautiful night. You feel what I'm saying? I'll holler at y'all, man. Until then, man, shout out to Mazuma Nation. Shout out to the Mazuma Mob. Man, I'm out of here, man. Peace.